Hey parents, it can be a challenge to figure out how to disciple your kids or to know whether or not you're making a difference. If that sounds familiar, try thinking about spiritual growth in terms of these 4 spiritual habits. Number 1, spend time with God. This is an obvious one, right? After all, if teenagers are ever going to make their faith their own, they've got to start spending time with God on their own by opening the Bible, having conversations with God, and discovering how they best connect with God through worship. Number 2, spend time with others. Engaging in healthy community can and should be a spiritual habit we help our kids develop. But healthy community doesn't just mean hanging out with people who believe like they do. This spiritual habit is about growing in Christ-like relationships with everyone. And number 3, use their gifts. Teenagers need to know that God made them with unique gifts, talents, passions, and resources. Then they need to use those gifts to serve, because when we use our gifts to love both God and others, we grow. And lastly, number 4, share their story. This is the spiritual habit of making faith a regular, everyday go-to topic of conversation. Because when we talk about God often, it helps us believe, helps us understand, and helps us take ownership of our own faith. So if you're wondering how to help your kid grow spiritually, start here. Help and encourage them to practice these 4 spiritual habits on a regular basis.